they're thinking there's just some shadowy figure in the house, maybe a burglar, maybe a drug dealer, maybe a friend of one of the roommates who shouldn't have been wandering. I'm 100% plus convinced they have absolutely no idea of the horrors that are actually happening. And actually, that brings me to you, Dave, as a prosecutor. This is kind of in the weeds, but I'm going to say it in layman's terms, and you tell me if I get it right or wrong. The reason we have these filings right now, this week, right, for the first time we're seeing these text messages, is not for the truth that the text messages offer. They are an exception to the hearsay rule just because they want to establish a timeline. Why does that matter? And if you read the fine print, it says they plan to have Bethany and Dylan testify. We all expected that would happen. But then why do you have to have this hearsay stuff? If they're going to testify, you can ask them about their text messages. Is this filing in case they don't have them get up on the stand, that you can use their text messages without them?
No, they're going to testify. They got to authenticate the text messages anyways. And really, their testimony is so much more powerful now that you have the text messages. So when the defense lawyer says, oh, but you didn't call 911, and tries to put doubt in the jurors' minds, they can go back to the text messages and see in real time what they were thinking, how freaked out they were. They can see the timeline. They can see the fact that someone was walking around in all black and a ski mask. So it's important to introduce those text messages because they are what you call present sense impressions, which is an exception to the hearsay rule. And the reason why is that it's a spontaneous comment. It's got to be made while the person was perceiving the event. And that spontaneity makes it trustworthy. And that's why it's allowed in under an exception to the hearsay rules. And it'll be powerful corroborating evidence to their testimony in real life.
Like an excited utterance. Alexandra, I'm going to ask you to think through this sort of as, again, it's just us girls talking, but one thing I couldn't understand, and I hope that the facts will help me get through this at trial, was why these two roommates have a neighbor and other friends coming to the house to deal with the crisis that is, I'm assuming, behind the locked door of Xana Kernodle's room. They're trying to revive Xana. They're trying to call her, text her. She's not answering. For whatever reason, someone thinks she's unconscious there. But at no point does anyone walk up the stairs to Kaylee and Maddie's rooms and say, hey, girls, do you know anything about why Xana's not answering? Did you guys give her something? Were you out drinking with her? We can't rouse her. And yet they call other people to the house. If they'd only walked up the stairs, they would have seen the horrors and imagined maybe those horrors exist behind the door of Xana's room. Is that something that a defense attorney can seize on, or is this just kids being kids and not making sense? It has nothing to do with whether Kohberger's guilty or not.
I think that kids in college that are living in a house where people are partying constantly, I think that their biggest real fear is somebody dying of alcohol poisoning while they're there. Somebody having some kind of a tragic accident that can be blamed on them. Oh my God, was Jana so drunk that we should have done something to help her, and now she's not responding, and now we're in trouble. I think that's the first thing that college kids think about. Am I in trouble for this tragedy that's happening right now? I think alarm bells go off. Are my parents going to be pissed because I've been drinking? So I think that that's what's going through their head. Am I in trouble? So I don't even think that they have to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they have the capacity to think what else is going on? How much bigger can this get? Because this is the exact, this is the emergency, is I might be faced with Jana not waking up, and how am I going to deal with this? How am I going to get myself out of this? I don't think the fact that somebody might have slaughtered everyone in that house was ever going to
ever crossed anyone's minds. I agree with you. The biggest fear at this point is they think somebody is, incapacitated and might have OD'd or choked, that kind of thing. But hell, did they not know the hell that awaited them? Gigi McKelvey, Dave Ehrenberg, and Alexandra Kazarian, thank you all. Really appreciate this. There's still so many questions. I'll have you all back.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.